Gavin, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Doing great. How can we help?
Hey, so I'm going to try to put it into words, but it's going to make more sense as we go along here. But my big question as of right now is I'm a young guy, and I've saved a pretty good amount of money here, and I'm looking to figure out what is the fastest and safest way to go ahead and build this wealth here. And I know we're going to get into the baby steps here, but I do have some questions about them in regards to achieving this goal.
Okay. How young are you?
I'm 24 years old.
What's your household income?
Right now, I make about 80,000 a year.
Okay. And how much wealth have you amassed so far?
I have about 42,000 in just Apple stock. I have another 2,000 in another individual stock, about 11,000 in my Roth IRA, and about 3,000 sitting in the bank. So I think that's roughly about 60.
Okay. And you don't have any consumer debt?
No, sir. I have no debt at all.
And you've got a fully funded emergency fund. It sounds like you have 3,000 in savings.
I have a small one. I have like the $1,000 emergency fund, but not I wouldn't say I have an established 3 to 6 months one just yet.
Is there a reason why you skipped over that one, or?
To be honest, I became a fan of y'all just fairly recently, so that's kind of why that worked out that way. I'm actually that's my next step right now, is to go ahead and build that 3 to 6 month fund. I'm currently using my GI Bill. I'm a veteran, and I'm going to school for computer science right now.
Very cool. Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Well, Gavin, you've done an incredible job. I mean, you're making 80K. You have a great nest egg here. I mean, and as young as you are, no debt. I mean, you really are. I can tell you're motivated, and so I love your question. I would say on a tactical level, I would use some of the stock that you have just to cash out some of it, just to go ahead and just get an emergency fund today. I mean, you could just go ahead and put some of that in a money market account along with that 3K. You have $1,000 and you have 3,000 in the bank. I mean, you can combine a little bit of this, take some of that stock out. But I'll say this, Gavin, after we've been doing this Ramsey Solutions for over 3 decades, helping people build wealth, and you are well on your way for sure to do that. But I think a couple of things get in the way of that, and that can kind of train wreck this for some people. Number one is greed, and number two is impatience. And those sometimes go hand in hand. And so my encouragement to you would be that what we have found on our everyday millionaires doing this stuff is that being wealthy or getting wealthy, right? Building a huge nest egg, it takes a little bit of time, and it's more like a marathon. It's not a sprint, and it's not going to be super cool. It's not going to be these little secrets and these, well, you do this and put your money here, and you're going to turn and get this investment. You're going to reinvent all of this stuff. It's actually really boring, Gavin. Like the way we teach it, because the way we do that is because there's a proven process, and you want to have a long track record on something to say, hey, this is what we do. So what we have found is people are building their wealth by just traditional investing. So you're doing your Roth IRA, which is awesome if your company doesn't match your 401k, but doing these traditional retirement routes is awesome. And then going in and saying, hey, okay, let's look at just a good growth stock mutual funds. Let's look at some other things. So instead of having these single stocks that carry more risk because it's one thing, even though I know it's Apple, right? And you could say Walmart, but there is a level where you're saying, okay, I am putting a lot of my eggs in one basket versus diversifying. Like a good mutual fund would have 90 to 200 stocks. Apple could be included in that, but 90 to 200 companies. And so it's a more conservative approach, but it's one that is going to be able to lower that risk. Now, we do say once you're on baby step 7, which means you have no mortgage, you have no payments, then you can take about 10% of your net worth and kind of just have a little bit of fun with that. So whatever that looks like for you. Maybe that's buying a single stock here or there. It's not something that we advise though on the front end by any means. So the wealth building that we teach, it's not super glamorous.
Not the sexiest.
But it works is what I'm saying. It works. My husband and I, this is what we've done. We've done this for 12 years. we're on baby step 7, and we throw as much money. We max out everything every year, 401k, Roth IRAs. We have another mutual fund we have a Vanguard account. I mean, we have stuff spread around, but I mean, we save money. And then the other turn too, Gavin, I'll just add in, and then George, I'm sorry, you can jump in, but it is the generous piece too, Gavin. I want you to be giving at this point too, because there is something to be said that, yes, building wealth is fun, buying stuff is fun, going on vacations is fun, all of it. But nothing changes you like writing a check for a $10,000 car and buying someone who needs a car just because you can. I mean, there's things like that I want you to weave into your story and your money plan as well.
Yeah. Gavin, do you own a house?
Yeah. So no, currently, I'm living with family, and my big thing is that because I'm still in school, and I'm have a kind of a set target date here to graduate.
Yeah.
My theory was that because I'm in San Antonio, it's not exactly the big technology hub.
Oh yeah.
I figured I wanted to be open.
Here's why I asked, Gavin. I want you to have a paid-for house before you jump into some fun times investing. So that would be my next goal if I'm you. That's going to be your fastest path to wealth, is not having a payment, whether it's rent or a mortgage. So that would be my next goal, man. But you're doing great, but just do things in the right order to set yourself up for success. This is The Ramsey Show.